Next Friday, Undisputed is going to be live from Boulder, Colorado, getting you ready for Deion Sanders and the Buffaloes squaring off against Caleb Williams and the Trojans on Big Noon Kickoff. Don't miss a special Undisputed on the road at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on FS1.
We will be there a week from right now. I'm trying to talk my man Lil Wayne into joining us in Boulder a week from right now. Are you excited about being there a week from now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I was excited when it was first put on the schedule. When I learned Deion was going to be the head coach, I knew, okay, regardless to what the record was going to be, I was going to be in Boulder to watch the Trojans and Deion.
And you're going to wear Trojan colors,
that's what I'm about to say. What?
Don't worry about all that.
How are you coming? I would be dressed in I have these certain black jeans that I wear all the time when I go see them with the same black shirt. We've won every time. They've won.
You got a
every
lucky
time
shirt
I put it on. Lucky shirt, lucky jeans. I can't wait to be there. I'm going to, I told him last night, I said, man, we're coming. We coming. We coming.
We coming too.
It's going to be fun, though.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Regardless to what happens in Oregon tomorrow,
right.
It's going to be fun.
Let's talk about tomorrow.
Oh.
Okay, so how do I say this? I give them a shot, a good shot. But it's going to be hard. Could I do that? Could I give them a good shot and it's going to be hard at the same time because you're going on the road to a team that we assume is pretty good. But here's what I'm going to say about the opponents that Colorado played. I would argue with anybody or have a conversation with anybody that the opponents that Colorado played versus what Oregon has played is better.
Right, okay.
I would argue that.
Right.
So when we get fooled by Portland State, 81, whatever it was, they hung on them. We go, oh, God.
Averaging 58 points a game.
And then a dog fight against Texas Tech. And Lubbock is tough to play in. You know that, right? It's a tough place. Right. But it's Texas Tech for crying out loud.
Agreed.
Right? So then you look at that. And then you look at Hawaii that Oregon played. They hung 50 plus on them. That's tough, too. But for whatever reason, Oregon is a tough place to play. So you think about that.
Yeah,
and then
by the way, you didn't play there when you were at USC?
I did not play at Oregon.
Played at your place.
They played at our place.
Okay, all right.
I played in Corvallis. But I've been there many times with other teams that I've covered and watched.
Yep.
So when I look at that, I say, can Shedeur go in there without Travis Hunter and win this football game? Of course. Because I'm also looking at the opponents that they played. In TCU, hostile environment. They went in and won that. They were down. The odds maker had them getting run out of the building by 20, similar to what they're saying about Oregon when they went in there and won.
21.
Nebraska started off as the favorites until they beat TCU. Once they beat TCU, everybody started saying, give them a slight edge, they can win. And they went in there and took care of business against Nebraska.
They did.
Then Colorado State, whatever, it went the way it went. But they were resilient. They fought through it. They won the game. And now they 3-0. I give them a real shot. It's just hard going on the road because I really honestly don't know what type of team Oregon is. Oregon is one of those teams that it's like I always say about certain programs. It's a great logo. It's a good logo. So the logo gonna fear you to a degree. 231 uniform changes and 0 national championships. So it's not like they can't be beat.
No, that's a good point.
They can be beat.
Yep.
You know, Deion is a funny dude. And we've talked a lot about Deion. And when I was with Deion before that TCU game, he said, man, they got us underdogs by 21. They did it again by 21. Whenever Deion sees the number 21, he thinks great things are happening.
Bingo.
I'm trying to tell y'all how this dude thinks. We were riding around here in L.A. We went to dinner somewhere. We were at your restaurant, Key. That's right. This is a while back. We were at your restaurant. Everywhere he saw 21, he would always point out, 21, I mean, we'll have a good day. 21. So I started doing the same thing with 88. 88, we'll have a good day. 88, you know. But this kind of stuff goes in his head. He'll see this as God giving me a sign that we're going to beat Oregon. I'm telling y'all right now, God giving him a sign that we're going to beat Oregon. I promise you, he's going to believe that. Let me tell you what I think, though, this game is going to be here. This is the time. Even when we talked about when you showed the highlights, you heard what he said. The coach's son just threw a touchdown. Up to this moment, Shedeur has been the coach's son. That's his dad. His dad is Deion Sanders. Now, if he can pull this off, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take Shedeur Sanders playing out of his mind.
Agreed.
To win these next 2 games, or to win Saturday, to win on. To play out of his mind. When he comes out of this, he should clearly be, if they're going to win this, he should clearly be the lead in the Heisman Trophy race. They'll be talking about him as the #1 quarterback taken in the draft.
They will.
And all fathers, if he's worth anything, he works hard to raise it up as high as he can go. His ceiling as high as he can go. But all fathers, if he's worth anything, wants his son to step on his ceiling and make it his floor. Yep. Shedeur Sanders gets the opportunity this week and next week to step on his ceiling and make it his floor. We will go from saying, oh, that's Deion's son, to saying, oh, that's Shedeur's dad over there. If he goes and beat Oregon and he comes back and beat USC, and he's going to be, wow, he'll be the man. It'll be no longer that's his son. It'll be that's Shedeur's dad on the sideline. This is his moment to go and take what he wants. All that he does, the time is now. The time is Saturday. The time is now for Shedeur Sanders.
Agreed. He is about to be known more for his first name than his last name.
Right.
I'm going
to
go completely out on the limb. I know Keyshawn was trying to make the case that you're pulling for Deion, but your head is telling you it's just too hard to win up there. I'm here to tell you, I think history will repeat because they are 21-point dogs. I think it is a sign from above.
It's a sign.
I think they're going to go in there and do exactly what they did to TCU, which is win 45-42. Will they miss Travis Hunter? Absolutely they will. More on defense than on offense. He is, to me, the best cornerback in college football. His claim to fame as he goes forward into pro football will be more cornerback than receiver, though he will contribute heavily at receiver. But my point is, they are going to get scored upon, but they are going to do a bunch of scoring because those weapons are legitimate. Shedeur is, this is just me, I'm seeing slightly better than Caleb already, just as a pure pocket passer. We need more body of work. I need to see more reps. These are big reps, and they will be big reps against your team. They are also capable of outscoring your team because your defense is always suspect. But I watched carefully Oregon at Texas Tech, and Oregon had a very difficult time at Texas Tech. I have watched carefully these weapons that Shedeur has. Dylan Edwards is a true freshman. He is a game breaker. He is a game wrecker. Receivers, that little Jimmy Horn, he can play. He can get free. He can separate. Weaver, the receiver, just gets open. And Shedeur, and I'm getting a lot of this from Lil Wayne, found a wavelength, a rapport, a connection with 87, with Mikey Harrison, who hadn't gotten quite as much run with Travis in the game, but all of a sudden, down the stretch of Colorado State, he's looking for 87. And as Wayne told me, we're going to have Wayne on in a few minutes, but he said, he's got to Shedeur, he's got a little bit of Kelsey. I'm not saying he's Travis Kelsey, but he's got the ability to move and groove and uncover, and that you're trusting that he can uncover if you can just.
Boy, if he gets that,
yes,
if he can get that consistently, you know what I mean? Yes. Because he's smart. He's not looking to run. All Shedeur does is move around to look for moments to get the ball off. If he can find him if 87 Harrison can become like a Travis Kelce, man, that'll be that because that gives you. This is the safety blanket. You go upfield, but just slide left, slide right, and find this kid somewhere as he discerns and deciphers defenses and find holes in them. They'll be dangerous.
Look, Skip, they can win the football game, right? It's any given Sunday, any given Saturday, whatever. They can win the football game. But they've got that TCU game, the defense played poorly, offense was lights out.
Would they give up 262 rushing?
Yeah. So you take that offense. Yeah. And then you take the defense against Nebraska, Then you put that together. And then you take what they did in the OTs against Colorado State.
Agreed.
And you put that together.
Yep.
So now you got 3 nice packages you can go to Oregon with.
Yep.
If they can do that, there's no question they can win.
Yep.
I'm just looking at it from a standpoint of you got 83 guys that are new, or whatever that number is, going into another environment down by 20, or the odds maker got you, losing by 20 points. That how do you respond if it starts to go bad? It never went bad at TCU on the road, but how do you respond when it goes bad? You responded well at home against Colorado State when it wasn't going your way, but now you're on the road against a high octane offense, so to speak. How do you respond to that? Do you still be the same calm demeanor that you had at Colorado, or do all of a sudden this is your first real adversity on the road?
Yep.
Right. But they've met every challenge, and they've had a challenge in every game.
No question.
They have not had a game where they just ran away, or anybody just ran away. Colorado State played hard.
But that's at home, no playmaker.
Right,
I'm talking about on the road. That adversity on the road is different than that adversity at home.
It is. And let me tell you something. I was at that TCU game. TCU is not an easy place to play football.
But they didn't face no adversity. It was back and forth. You score, I score. You score, I score. You get down on the road by 14.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's all I'm saying.
But TCU, they're going back and forth. Every time you go up, they come back. And then you go into the Nebraska game. You start slow, right? But then you end up winning that game. Then you get to Colorado State, who you say we should beat them. We were favored by 20. They did a Deion. They did a Colorado to us. You know what I mean? Colorado State came in and played hard and almost won that game. But each game, they met a different challenge, and they beat that challenge. That's what's impressive. That's the most impressive. This is key, as you said, will be their toughest challenge. But I think they're up for the challenge.
I think they are up for it, especially when I look at who Oregon has played. I'm not impressed. They played Portland State, man. Come on, man. Right. Come on, stop it. They played Hawaii. Stop it. They was in a dogfight to Texas Tech on the road, and Texas Tech might be a tough place to play, but Texas Tech should be on the same field if this Oregon team is what people claim they are.
Agreed.
I just don't know what and how they would respond on the road when they face adversity. Adversity at home, as you know, as a player, is different than adversity on the road because your crowd is not behind you. It's a different feel. TCU, back and forward, they didn't go down, Skip, by 14 or 17 or look up, because if Oregon get rolling like that, them lights change. They change in a heart. That little duck get to doing them push-ups, and So I've seen SC go up there. I've seen UCLA go up there, and other teams go up there that had good football programs, and then all of a sudden that scoreboard just keep going, and they never get back in it.
Okay, I know Bo Nix, as I've told you, I think he's in his 11th year of college football, something like that. But he's going to make a whole bunch of plays because he always does. He's played a whole lot of high-level college football at Auburn, now at Oregon.
He should. He's about 35.
That's what I'm saying. But you just know they're going to score. Yeah. You cannot fall behind by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
That's all I'm saying.
You have to go match. You go back and forth just the way you did at TCU.
Yep.
I see TCU as the blueprint.
Yep.
I think it fire-tested them. I think they're as battle-tested as any team in the land right now. They've been through a lot already. They are not afraid. They got the calm demeanor on the sideline. They got Deion and you don't. It's almost like I say about Micah Parsons. You walk on the field and you look across and you say, we got Micah and you don't. Well, we got Deion and you don't. You don't think that resonates within the psyches of those kids? Okay.
I'm taking, just in case everybody out there will know, I am taking Colorado, just so you know.
You are?
I'm taking Colorado.
It sure didn't sound like you were.
I'm just giving an objective opinion so that we not like tripping and be like, oh, no. I'm just saying these things can happen. That's all.
I think you're rooting for Colorado.
I'm taking Colorado. I'm rooting for him.
It's going to be interesting, too, though, with everybody, because very few people are going to take Colorado. Everybody's
I'm taking Colorado.
Now the question becomes, how does Deion use this this it's us against the world mentality when they've gotten so much press.
Playmaker.
You know what I mean? With his team.
You do understand the head coach did say something when Deion first took the job. The head coach of Oregon did say something slick and did try to backtrack a couple days ago.
That's a good point.
So I'm sure Prime got that.
Right.
He gonna use that too.
He's going to need everything he can get. The 21, what the coach said, all of it. He's going to need it.
All right, back to the NFL. Next, could this be Zach Wilson's last week as the Jets starter? And we're about to hear from you next at #UndisputedLive. Stay there.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.